Ready.
Ready as I'll ever be.
Yep.
I have 5 or 6 GameCube demo discs that are like the store kiosk demo discs because I used
Oh,
to
that's
work
cool.
at Sam and I got to take some of those home.
I
So I was like, hey,
I
yeah.
am still looking into one of those, but I'm looking for a particular one. So I have to figure out what else is on there.
He says hello, everybody.
Hello.
Where's my chat? How come I got no chat? That's weird.
The store that I was at this weekend also had they had a couple of good GameCube games. They had Alien Hominid, they had Go-Go Hyper Grind, which all run up there.
Yeah, for sure. Alien Hominid's kind of fun. I have that on the 360 as a download.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, something must be wrong here. For some reason, there seems to be no chat on my stream. Well, Seth is able to say hi. So I don't know, why is it not giving me the chat? What's up, Seth? And you do have an invite if you want to join the panel. I'm no pressure.
So,
just saying.
At least from where I'm looking, chat doesn't show anything, but comments do. I'm not sure why it's relegated to that then.
There we go. I got the chat now. Just had to refresh it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm back. Woohoo! I know it's been a while since you guys seen me, since we've done these streams. If anybody watched my video before, you realize why life's been a bit rough for us lately, but that's okay. We back. We're not going to let life kick us down anymore. So we here streaming, and tonight I'm going to be building this bad boy right here with the reindeer. And then Joey is driving home from work, I believe. When
I get home, I'm going to try to put together the Office set because I've had that sitting for a while.
Oh, yeah, that's still one I'd like to get, along with the second Friends set and the Seinfeld set and the Queer Eye set. I'd like to have all those.
Yeah.
No problem, Seth. No problem. But you'll always get an invite from me every Monday because we're going to be back to doing this on the regular basis now. The same time every Monday. And let's see if I can switch over to the other screen here. And I was gonna say, Lumberjack Josh, he's there as well. I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but
I'm just kind of hanging out.
He's hanging. Been hanging around this town corner. Demonetized. Oh wait, we got to be monetized in the first place.
I thought they had to recognize the music to actually demonetize you. So since no one knew what you were singing, we're good.
I think a lot of people know that song if they heard it. But I'm also not monetized in the first place, so we're good. He is all good. And what I think I'm going to do for next week, so there's a website that I used or was using when I would stream on Twitch when it was just by myself building a Lego set or whatever. And it's Pretzel Rocks. And it's all music that will not get you flagged. It's all, royalty-free music. And so I'm going to see if that will work with YouTube as well. And then I'll just have music playing while we're streaming. Seth says he bought this set for the reindeer, but was really impressed with the sleigh. I also bought it for the reindeer, but the sleigh does look pretty badass. So we'll find out what happens when I build it. What's up, GLS? Let's see here. Free.
Oh, yeah. Since Seth's watching, then he can't join. I'll get this back out. I don't know if he saw this before or not.
Oh.
Look, okay. Here we go.
You turned into a robot for a second, Josh.
I know. There you go, Seth. That's what you need.
Yeah, light kit for the reindeer. So the place you're at now, is that your permanent place, or is that a place you're staying until you can get a permanent place?
Well, this is going to hopefully be permanent. We don't plan on leaving for a while.
Okay, I wasn't
we didn't
sure
necessarily
if.
plan on leaving the other one either.
Well, yeah, I didn't know if this was just a temporary digs until you can find something better. Seth said that was awesome.
At first, we thought it was going to be, because we just didn't know how long we were going to stay. But the lease renew, because when we first came to this property, they honored the lease from the other property.
Okay.
But once that lease was up, we were having to re-sign the new lease with the new property, and the rate was going to go up, but it didn't go up as bad as we thought it was going to. So,
okay, that's not bad. Hey, what's going on, Blindside? I messaged you on Facebook. You never responded. So, I don't. Okay, I'm gonna speak. Thank you for bringing that up. I'm gonna speak on that for just a moment. So, first of all, I don't really use Facebook all that much versus other platforms. Most everything I'll post like Instagram, and it goes to Facebook automatically and that kind of thing. But I did notice that I was having to refriend and refollow some people that I knew that I was following before, and for some reason it said I wasn't. And then my notifications would say I had messages, and I've checked all the messages and don't have any. So I'm not sure. That might be why I didn't get your message. I don't know. So it's honestly easier.
I've also seen that on a couple other platforms too. I've had to refollow people on Twitter multiple times because it just accidentally unfollowed them for some reason.
Yeah, it's like if
I'm engaging with their posts
from my list and stuff. Yeah. So honestly, the easiest way to get a message to me is through Instagram. That one, for some reason, knock on wood, don't seem to have too many issues with, which is weird because Facebook and Instagram are owned by the same company.
Yep. I'm old school. I just use carrier pigeon.
Oh, did you get my smoke signal last week?
Yes, I did. It was a little garbled, but I managed to translate it. We're good.
I didn't put the cork in the shipping bottle.
Darn it. Yeah, the note got all wet. It was just the empty bottle.
Yeah.
Well, not only that, without the cork, the water went in the bottle and caused more weight, and it just sunk.
Yep.
So it would take even longer because now it's got to go way over the waves.
So the car is in the shop right now. Hoping, fingers crossed, that it's actually not going to be that expensive, but we'll find out tomorrow. The plumbing is scheduled to get fixed on the 21st, so 9 more days of sponge baths out of a bucket. That's how we're having to do it right now. And it's not fun, but it is what it is. And then we've got financing set aside, so it's just an extra payment we're going to have every month now. But 'tis what it is, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Question from the chat for the panel: did they send over the good-looking nurse for the sponge baths at least?
I'm doing it myself, so no.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I'm washing myself, you know. So no, hello, nurse. Hello, nurse. Yay, presents. Ironically, we had already basically like tapped out of Christmas anyway. I sent a message to my friends and family. We're like, hey, we're kind of broke this year because I switched jobs. I got less money. I was like, don't buy me anything because I can't afford to buy you anything. And I'm definitely glad we did that. especially with all the other
now,
issues
yeah.
that just came up. I was like, well, damn, okay.
We're kind of in a similar situation, but understandably,
Yeah.
Mhm. I'll be back soon.
Okay, we will be here. At least I hope we are.
Will we though? I mean, will we?
I'm not planning on going anywhere. Glad things are working out. I was trying to offer assistance, but didn't know if anything was going on other than that, or you couldn't respond is all. Yeah, honestly, again, I don't know what. There's been weird issues with my Facebook, and that's just how I am. I'm like, see, this is why I don't use this stupid platform. There's always problems, and I just because I had somebody last week, and I was like, no, we were following, we were friends. What's up? And then so I sent them a friend request again. They're like, did you unfollow me? And I was like, not intentionally. It certainly was. I didn't do it.
Yes, I did. What about it?
Yep, definitely was not on purpose. Yep, I do want to thank everybody that did reach out. I appreciate all the support and all the help. And part of me is like, man, I probably shouldn't even put it all out there. But at the same time, I'm like, I was frustrated and I needed to get it off my mind, and that kind of helped. So
At that point,
I mean, it was the same thing with us. With us, it wasn't really saying, "Hey, we want help" or "We need help." It was just explaining why I'm not going to be around for a while, because we didn't know where we were going. We didn't know how much was salvageable at the time. And we didn't know how much we were going to have to replace. So,
yeah, well, we were doing all kinds of stuff, and there's other stuff that we're dealing with that not ready to speak on yet, but in the future we'll be able to talk about it. But this a whole lot of stuff all happened all at once.
oh yeah, that's how it happened.
Is that a cat purring or are you farting?
I think it might be the car
Oh, okay.
because I'm sitting at a red light.
Oh, it sounds like a cat purring.
I was gonna say it would be a very steady fart if it was.
But dang, what'd you eat?
Maybe you do.
There we go. Now.
You do the right kind of Kegels, maybe you can make it. And there you go.
You know what? Let me see. Let me look right now.
My wife's new obsession is pearl gold parts. She's doing a mock of the one of the friends' hotels, and she's making it instead of the dollhouse style. She's making it a full modular, and she's actually adding a floor to it as well.
Does she need in the triple digits of 2x2 pearl gold tiles?
Actually, she does need pearl gold tiles, but I don't think she needs in the triple digits.
Because I've been sitting on them for years. Like I've been trying to figure out what am I gonna build out of these, other than like a gold disco ball or something, and I haven't come up with anything. But I see it need filling.
Check the part list on. No, she needs 3. Never mind.
Like, so on my phone, it says that I have one chat notification. On Facebook, I have a chat notification now, but I have checked every single one that I have in here. So, blindside, that's probably your message stuck in the ether.
I was going to say, is it probably one from a non-friend, so it's actually like hidden in requests or whatever?
I don't know if I have a section for that, honestly.
Because I've had that.
I went through and
before.
erased. Like I made sure, like a couple weeks ago, I wasn't doing anything, and I went through there and I checked because I was tired of the notification being there, and I clicked on every single conversation that I had to make sure, and I've cleared everything.
Oh, okay.
Like weirdo machine.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, yeah, things are starting to get a little better, so that's good. We're just gonna.
That's good.
We is on the up and up now.
It's just the time in between that you're like,
Yeah. Business is still going to happen for us too. So if anybody out there, first of all, and actually, I think I meant to say this in the video that I posted and I didn't. If anyone has any experience with Shopify and running a Shopify store, let me know, because we have a couple of questions that we cannot seem to get the answers to. And then the other thing is, if anybody has got any Lego and or video games that they're wanting to get rid of at a reasonable price, I need inventory for my store. Look at missed calls, try to call. Oh, okay. So, like, if you tried to call, I 100% ignore all Facebook calls just because I'm always getting, like, scam calls through there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you tried to do a call, I have not once ever answered that, so I might have to check that. In fact, like the last update or something, it was like, "Hey, do you want to give Facebook access to your contacts list?" I'm like, "I certainly do not."
Nope.
I've been locked out of my account for 2 years, but I'm back in it, and I double the size of my city. Oh, nice. Do you still have the working aquarium in the city? Because that was pretty cool.
That sounds cool.
What you building?
I'm part sorting.
Ah, I see.
We went to.
Yeah, that's one thing people can't see yet. I've been cleaning my table over here so I can get more room to sort and build.
We went to our local brick and mortar store and got a pick-a-brick bag today. I'm picking out my stuff separate from my wife's stuff so she can have that later.
Nice. Oh, there was a bit of good news before all the crap hit the fan. I was able to score tickets to see Metallica next year. They're doing two nights in every single city and playing 2 different sets each night. No repeating of any songs. And then the first night, the openers for the first night are Mammoth, WVH, and Pantera. And the openers for the second night is Ice Nine Kills and Five Finger Death Punch. So I am 100% super excited to have all that.
Whoa.
That sounds good either way.
Pantera?
Unfortunately, the fish got caught up in the pump and water. Oh, okay. Yeah, Pantera. They're not really calling it a reunion. It's a more of a tribute, but it is Phil and Rex, the 2 surviving members, and then in place of Vinny is Charlie. Is it Charlie? No. Yeah, Charlie Benante from Anthrax, and in place of Dimebag is Zach Wilde.
Okay, all right. I approve of Zach taking Dime's spot.
Yeah, apparently they've played a couple of shows already in at other festivals on the other side of the world from us, and apparently they were awesome. So. Shut up, washing machine. You know the sleigh on the picture on the box anyway, it looks like pretty beefy, you know? It's not just a basic sleigh. It looks kind of almost armored in a way.
I've seen people take 2 sets to have all 8 reindeer and then do like a super sleigh.
Nice. Yeah, I may have to bite the bullet and get some more reindeer. Or if I can find another one of the set, that's obviously going to be the cheaper way. I do have Christmas nails. Trying to be festive. And point. Oh no! There's a lot of presents. Hope they all fit in this sleigh. So, is everybody watching Lego Masters? Hey, what's up, dude Jude? He says hello to everybody and everyone in the chat.
Yes. Even though Grandpappy's got eliminated.
Yeah, my Team Brickenick. That's who I've been rooting for all along. And so far, they're hanging in there.
We were partial to them because they were in our lug. So.
Yeah, Nick gave me a lot of help when I was starting, and he's a super nice guy. So I was like, you know what, he gets my vote.
Mm.
Dude Jude is in the chat. Look, I still have Halloween Mountain Dew.
What? Okay, I couldn't guess what flavor it was supposed to be. I'm not good at that.
It kind of tastes like sweet tarts to me, but I don't know if that's what it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, Jessica likes my Christmas nails. Got sparkly green, just a red, and then the silver. It actually it chips really easily. There's already a section missing there, and I just did it like I think last night. I did it. But apparently, after first of the year, Pitch Black is coming back. So I'm excited about that.
As long as they keep making my Baja Blast, that's all I care about.
Yeah, it's a Taco Bell exclusive, and will be continue to be made for who knows how long.
Oh, I know that, but they only randomly actually sell it in stores outside of Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's just it's usually every summer, honestly.
Okay.
I am in Missouri. If you're talking about physically, state of Missouri. Talk about mentally, state of confusion and anger, I guess.
It's got that roid rage going on.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, I was kind of sort of working on something. I've been working on this because I found it on Rebrickable.
The secret. Nice.
It's like it's a bunch of greebling to resemble like the smoke coming out of the train locomotive.
Yep, that's exactly what I was gonna guess it was.
Yeah, the big one goes on the locomotive for the Christmas train, and the smaller section goes on the coal tender.
That's pretty cool. Speaking of train, have you seen Bullet Train? It's on Netflix. That movie's awesome.
Oh, no, not yet. But thank you for saying that it's on Netflix, because we've been talking about getting it on Redbox, renting it from Redbox. But if it's on Netflix, that's even easier.
Yep. Yeah, I saw it in theaters and it was great. And then it hit Netflix the other day and I watched it again.
I still need to see. I can't believe I haven't seen the Bob's Burger movie yet.
Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
And
I saw that in theaters.
I haven't seen the DC Super Pets.
That was actually pretty good too. I was shocked by how much I actually liked that movie.
Well, I mean, you got Rock and Kevin Hart. I mean, they seem to be the new buddy duo.
Yeah, I have. There's a Regal Theater about 25-30 minutes from me, and they have what's called Regal Unlimited. So it's $19 a month, and you can literally go see as many movies as you want, as many movies in a day. There's no restrictions on anything. So
Yeah,
I've just been seeing like whatever movie I have a slight interest in, I'll go see it.
I think my wife has that too.
Even went to a couple of mystery movies. The first one was the greatest beer run ever, which was like based on a true story of a guy who like snuck into the Vietnam War to take his friends some beer. And, it was a pretty good movie. And then the other one I got to see was Spirited, which is like a musical retelling of A Christmas Carol with Will Ferrell and Ryan Reynolds. I saw Joey for a second. Dude Jude wants to know, what did he ask you Saturday, Lumberjack?
He asked me if I wanted to touch his wiener.
Oh, okay.
I hope the answer was no. Or yes, if that's what you're into. Go for it. Just not
well,
on
he was
camera.
waving it at me from across the room.
Ask me about my wiener. Is that Accepted? Is that movie?
You know, he in the lug drawing, he got the hot dog minifig plushie.
Do you want to touch my soft wiener? Ow. La, 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 la. See,
He was fair about it. He did ask Nikki as well.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Oh, so everybody gets a chance to touch Dude Jude's wiener. Gotcha.
Well, not everybody. Just his close personal friends.
Just certain select few.
Yeah. Oh, darn, I don't have an extra 1x8. I'll make it work. Oh, wait, I bet I do. It's in the other bin. It's in the other parts bin.
Parts bin. Yep. It's coming together nicely. I actually haven't built much in the way of Lego recently. I've bought a few Lego and received some Lego as gifts. Haven't done much building. Like I said, life's been a little rough around the edges lately. But let me get back to it because I got a big old backlog back here. Someone made a TikTok or something the other day, and they're like, "Yeah, I've got like 15 sets in my backlog," and I was like, "Only 15? I'm looking at currently 43, and I know there's more."
Only 15? Slacker.
Yeah, I got a Sanctum Sanctorum for my birthday, and it's still in the box over there. Mainly because I need to clear off the table to make a space for it to go. And I have an Optimus Prime that isn't built yet. I'm hoping to do a double stream with Canadian Papa Bear and get that one built. Oh, I think I goofed. Let's go back here and look and see. 25. Oh, okay, I didn't. Weird. You want to play with my wiener? The new Beavis and Butthead episodes are pretty funny too. The ones I've watched so far.
Oh wait, new movies. I also want to see that Rumble movie.
What Rumble movie?
It's an animated. It's animated. It's like monsters that wrestle or something like that.
What? I want to see this.
Yeah, it's called. I believe it's called Rumble.
Lights and sound for your OP. What's OP? You down with OPP? Yeah, you know me.
Well, you can't get demonetized, but I don't necessarily want to go there. Other alternate word for wiener.
Yeah. That's I was gonna say original. That word is his. That's what OP. But you know, OP usually means original poster. So. How about them boys beating FTR for the Ring of Honor championships? Oh, Optimus Prime. Oh, what? You know, I'm stupid. Why didn't I think of that? I'd like to get the parts to do a black one. For
in a world where mobile sport, hold on. Okay. In a world where monster wrestling is a global sport and monster athletes, teenage Winnie seeks to follow in her father's footsteps by into a champion. Will Arnett's in it. Terry Crews, Tony Danza.
Tony
Michael
Danza.
Buffer. Well, of course, Michael Buffer plays the announcer. Who else would Michael Buffer play?
Yeah, right.
Rebecca Quinn and Joe Anoa'i are in it too.
Oh, nice. There was a movie that came out.
Axe Hammer is
probably late 90s, maybe early 2000s. I don't know exactly when because it's been a long time. But there was a movie, and I want to say it was called like Wrestlers versus Zombies or something. And Kevin Nash was in it, and then basically there was wrestling matches between like a zombie and a werewolf and a vampire and like all these monsters. Let's see.
And of course, Clerks 3.
Oh, yeah, I saw that in theaters. It was so good. Such a good movie.
That one just hit rocks well.
I bought John Wick 3 on Blu-ray for $4 at Walmart because I haven't watched that one yet. So, oh, is this okay? The movie's called Monster Brawl. Yeah, and it's got Jimmy Hart in it, and Kevin Nash, and Lance Henriksen, Kurgan.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, I popped for a movie I see him in because I'm like,
Robert Mallet. He's also in. He's in one of the Sherlock Holmes.
He was
the
in
first or the second.
Sherlock Holmes. He's also in. I can't think of the movie now. Pacific Rim.
Oh yeah, that's a good movie. I hope Joey hasn't been trying to talk to us because he's muted.
You hope I don't do what?
I said I hope you weren't trying to talk to us because you've been muted.
Oh no, I was just trying to get everything set up.
Oh, okay.
I also anticipate that the office is going to take longer than the time of the stream to build, so I was getting some of the seasons ready so I could watch the show while I build the rest of it.
Yeah, because the stream ends when I'm done building, or 9-ish, whichever happens first, which will be after. We're going at least an hour, and longer if it takes me longer to finish.
Okay, that is her.
Yeah,
okay,
fair.
now I got to think of okay. Rosemary. Rosemary is in that Monster Brawl as well.
Oh yeah, okay. That was
From
before I
TNA.
knew her. Jessica says I watched John Wick for the first time with Rodney. He was a little surprised I hadn't seen it, and it was super awesome. Can't wait to see the rest. Yeah, I had the first two, and I had, for whatever reason, missed seeing the third one. But since the fourth one comes out in a month or so, figured I better see the third one. And I happened to be in Walmart. I'm like, $4 for the Blu-ray? Sold. Actually, it's Blu-ray, DVD, and digital copy for $4.
That's a steal.
Also got the Power Rangers movie and Anna and The Spy Who Dumped Me.
Too soon.
No, he's technically... Well, I guess he was in there in a cameo appearance, but... Or was... No, maybe he wasn't in that one. 2 original Rangers had cameos in there. I don't remember. I know one of them was Amy Jo Johnson or whatever. I can't remember who the other one was. Tell you who's I don't do much on Twitter, but Nyla Rose is hilarious on Twitter because she's got like an ongoing beef with Serpentico, and it's hilarious.
I like watching the Ethan Page toy hunts.
Oh yeah. Did you see the one where him and Danhausen they were in a store and then they had like old like hats, and there was like a Sting hat, and they both put the hat on because they were in a booth with like a lot of wrestling stuff. That was great. And Brody King in the store with Danhausen looking at action figures was also hysterical.
Brody King trying to buy the Terminator stand-up.
They also did
See,
the Bunny and Danhausen were like testing out Oreo flavors.
Yeah. I think Bunny and Nyla have done Oreos too.
Yeah, because the bunny does Oreo tastings like on her channel. So I guess whoever happens to be around her at the time gets to try it as well.
But I was already planning on going to Lexington Toy and Comic Con this coming year because Alan Tudyk is supposed to be there.
Oh, nice.
And I want to get my Hoban Washburn Funko Pop signed. But they've apparently announced, and I missed it, that Danhausen is going to be there too. So I'm like, oh, all right, that's a win-win.
Danhausen is getting an AEW Unrivaled action figure. So when that releases, I'll be buying that. I was a fan of Danhausen.
Danhausen, Ethan Page, and there's somebody else that's supposed to be having a figure come out soon.
Well, I know Danhausen showed his on his Twitter, the prototype version of it.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. I'm definitely excited for that. That one I'll get. I've liked him. Like when he first showed up in Ring of Honor, it was the first place I ever heard of him. Like, this dude was hilarious. He carried around like a jar of teeth and shit. And I was so glad that he got signed at AEW. I like Orange Cassidy as well. Especially now with the whole the rivalry with the Orange Cassidy and Mark Henry when he's trying to say his line on Rampage. He's like, "Oh, Orange's like, you're gonna say my line?" And Mark's like, "It's my line." And then Danhausen showed up. He's like, "Well, looks like there's been enough talking."
I love Danhausen. This fellow of some sort.
He's this big fellow. I'm surprised
I didn't get all the crinkles.
What's up?
Oh, never mind. I said I was muted for a bit because I didn't want to get all the crinkling of the bags when I opened the box, but there was one bag that snuck through.
That's all right. I opened all mine with the mic and camera on, so we're good.
Mm-hmm.
Gosh, I'm terrible at stickers.
Oh yeah, I got a lot of stickers that I had to make.
Joey Dude wants to know how you doing.
Doing all right. Busy as always.
Yeah, right.
Trying to make it all happen.
I'm surprised they didn't let Danhausen's evil character hang around a little longer. Of course, maybe they'll bring him back every once in a while. Like just a couple weeks ago, they let him loose, and he actually got to do some actual wrestling in the ring.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's always very evil. What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, this time it was the more dark version who wasn't quite out there for comedy.
Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know if you saw it, but you know the guy from the NBA, Satnam Singh. There was once a couple months back, so he's been messing with the best friends and Danhausen, and so Chuck and Trent stood on top of each other's shoulders and got a big trench coat and walked out like two guys in a trench coat, so they would be bigger than Satnam Singh. They still he stepped up to him and they're like, whoa, 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 and they just kind of turned around and left.
I hate that I missed Chuck's indie days in Kentucky.
What's up in Kentucky?
I missed Chuck's indie days.
Oh yeah.
I missed him. I missed Abyss. Ricochet.
Bing, bing, bing. Ricochet Rabbit. You mean Prince Puma?
Yeah.
Still
I
to this
watched
day,
something
one of
the
the
other day,
best
and
things I've seen was on Ring of Honor. The Young Bucks and Kenny Omega were wrestling somebody, and I don't remember who it was. Well, no, it was Kenny Omega was actually one fighting, and the Bucks were just accompanying him to the ring. So he came down, and he was the cleaner Kenny Omega, and he had a broom, and he was like sweeping the entrance ramp into his music all the way down. And he got down there, and he set the broom aside. Then he got up in the ring, and midway through the match, he's wrestling. He throws the guy outside and then distracts the ref. The Young Bucks super kicked the dude, and then they threw a banana peel down on the ground. And then they step back, and the ref turns to look at him, and they're just like, oh, and like points to the banana, like he slipped and fell. And then Kenny got out, grabbed his broom, and swept the banana peel under the ring, and then he got back in for the match. I'm like, that was great.
That sounds
I
awesome.
still liked. I don't know who it was. Oh, it was Archibald. Oh,
I
shoot.
sure will, Blindside. Have a good night. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. Archibald
Have a good
Humajig.
night.
I'm trying to think of the guy's name. Shoot, I can't think of it. Now.
Archie Bunker.
No. Okay, roster. Ring name.
So I've clearly done something wrong. That looks correct. Why?
Okay, the guy's name is Gentleman Jervis. There was a spot with him and Orange Cassidy where he basically caught him and did a typical the way you would rock a baby to sleep and put Cassidy to sleep and then pin him. But like when the referee was going out, he was like, shh. So the referee slowly hits the mat and goes, "What?"
That's funny.
That's great. There's another guy on the Independents that wrestles with a Nintendo Switch. He kind of has the Orange Cassidy gimmick, but rather than being just like lazy, he's just playing a Switch the entire time. So I was last week's years old when I found out that Orange Cassidy's gimmick is entirely based on Paul Rudd from Wet Hot American Summer. The way he acts and how this like nonchalant and lazy he is, his outfit and everything.
I like how even the announcer goes, he hails from
wherever.
He weighs,
whatever. Even his entrance video just show like it's like hand drawings. It's like insert cool move here, flippy thing. Yeah. It's just like drawings of. I got the private.
Put that match link in the private chat, Jason. You can watch it later.
Okay. We'll go ahead, open it here. We'll pause it. Oh yeah, Wrestle Circus. That's where I remember
there was a spot between. There was a spot between Human Tornado and I think it was Ultramantis Black, where they're fighting in a gym. and they get over to the wall and they start slowing their punches down, and then the camera pans over and there's a sign on the wall that says "Gym Rules," and one of the rules is no fighting, so they stop the match. They just like hug each other and walk back toward the ring like, sorry, we can't finish. There's no fighting.
That's cool.
No, they won't allow us to fight. Sorry. Before I left GameStop, one of the people that I hired there before I left was actually, for a while, he was a wrestler, and he did a lot of stuff in Independence. He got to work with several of the people in Impact. He's worked with Jordan Grace before and a bunch of others there. So that was pretty cool.
It wasn't the reason why he was hired, right?
No, he's he kind of would like to get back into it someday if he can.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I knew
wow.
Ruby when she was still Heidi.
Destination unknown, Ruby. So
Oh yeah,
That's
cool. But I like the globe. I like the globe from the Pirates of the Caribbean set better.
Yeah, I think that looks a lot nicer, and this one, I don't know how well it's going to show on camera, but there's like that ridge right along the top of it, that where the printing is. There's a line that cuts through.
That's a minifig head, right?
I don't know if it's supposed to, though. It's just a minifig head. It almost looks like it cuts through, making a solid border between Canada and the U.S.
Yeah.
But then it also appears on the other side of it because, again, that's just where the minifig head would be printed. Trying to stay out of the way a little bit.
Ooh,
it's not the best lighting here.
Good. That would be a good interesting match. Orange Cassidy versus Sue Young.
I think she might be returning soon. Only because she started a new Instagram and is like moving things from her old one and has been posting on the regular again. And I know she went out because she was pregnant. But because at first I was like, where is Sue Young? I haven't seen her in a while. And then found out she was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
I hope she comes back as Sue Young and not as Susan. I did not like Susan. But you can do what you want.
Yeah.
Just like right now, I don't really like I don't like Jessica. I preferred Havoc.
Yeah.
But I realize that they wanted to try different things and stuff like that. I get it. I understand. But it's just like, meh. Damn it. Decay was like my favorite thing in Impact. And now it's pretty much just Crazy Steve and Black Bruce.
Speaking of the indies, while I wouldn't know Sarah had it not been for the time that she dated Pondo, I think it's interesting that her look right now, I understand it's the Viking gimmick, but it almost looks like a rip of Max the Impaler.
Yeah, that's what everybody's been saying. I haven't really seen it. I don't pay attention to WWE at all. To me, they will always be War Machine, not the Viking Raiders.
Agreed.
And I'm still hoping. My fingers are still crossed that since Shane Taylor was wrestled against Keith Lee at this last at the Ring of Honor pay-per-view, that I'm hoping that maybe the Pretty Boy Killers will be back together. Because there's still something going on between Swerve and Keith Lee. Like, they're apart, then they're together, then they're apart, then they're together. And I'm like, oh, come on now. We know Keith and Shane need to be back together because they freaking manhandled War Machine like they were nothing. And them some big guys. Max the Impaler's pretty badass, too. Have you watched any of the WoW Women of Wrestling?
No, not at all.
So around here, it's on like ABC or CBS maybe, but it's on like 3 in the morning.
Unless I can stream it, then no, because we don't really have anything other than that.
You can probably stream it, but I'm not sure how I feel about it, honestly. The way the show is structured and its presentation, it's like it's kind of like Lucha Underground. Like, it's clearly way more theatrical than other things. Like, they don't even really show entrances for the girls. They'll show like 2 seconds of them walking out, and then it's usually a video of them walking down the aisle, which is weird. And everything looks, I mean, it looks really, really fake in a lot of places. And then some of the storylines they're doing is very, very produced. But some of the in-ring action is pretty good. And AJ Mendez is on commentary. So that's pretty cool. It also reminds me a little bit of like really old WWF too, because like every character has a gimmick of some sort. Like nobody is just like themselves, whatever, right? Like there's G.I. Jane. She's the female drill sergeant. There's a girl named
almost
Candy
like a
Crush,
throwback to the original WoW.
Yeah, and there's like there's a girl that's a cheerleader, another girl's a coach. And it's like everybody has like a gimmick, and everything they do relates to that character, which is fine. I get that, but I don't know. It's just a weird WoW. I'm still watching it, so I guess I like it enough to keep watching it. But each week I'm just like, this is kind of dumb. I'm watching that instead of WWE, so that should tell you something.
It's actually gotten better since Vince has stepped away.
I tried again. The couple of things that bug me, the fast camera cuts. You can't even really see moves that happened. And then I don't know, it seems almost too produced, which is the issue I kind of have with the women wrestling. It's like I need a little grit, I guess, if you will. Like, I don't need a 20-foot holographic Roman Reigns on the screen for his intro. I mean, it's kind of cool, but like, what do the people at the arena see? Because that's just for the people at home on TV, you know?
That makes sense.
Right. I do have to like, they found something decent for Sammy, though.
El Generico.
Granted, I would have really liked to see El Generico again, but at least they've got something for him that's got him over for the first time in a while.
Well, apparently when he came to WWE for the first time years ago, like he wanted to be El Generico, and they're like, no, we're not doing that. I was like, come on, he's already over.
They can't own that. Exactly.
Yep, that is Joey. Is that Joey? It sure is.
I had to mute for a bit because I got the hiccups. I want to keep interrupting.
We're getting ready to have Delirious versus Eddie Edwards over at Impact.
Yep.
It was literally over a second, so I'm good now.
Woohoo! I was like, you didn't need it scared out of you.
There you go. Another. You want another a good indie comedy spot? Team Incoherence versus Player Uno and Player Dos.
I'm assuming one of them is obviously Delirious. Because he definitely speaks to gibberish.
Hallowicked was the other part of Team Incoherence. And then,
I remember him.
Of course, it was Stu Grayson and even Uno.
Well, Stu Grayson
had the Nintendo controller on his. No, he's left the company.
Yeah, he's not with AEW anymore. And then
But,
Alex is or what? Yeah, is it? No,
no,
the other dude from Dark Order is now
Silva's
in
still
Violent
there.
by
Alan
Design.
Angels.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Alan Angels. That's it.
5, yeah. But there's I'll have to find that if you haven't seen it.
Joey, that's for you.
I'm sorry, what?
Giving you a heads up, the wife is doing a straightening up of our living room and found the cache of Maniacs for Bricks merch.
I'm glad it's still around then. I'm doing a lot of straightening up as well here. But I also do want to keep building.
Evil Uno is pretty cool when he streams on Twitch. Like, he still wears his mask, and then his wife helps him out, and she's Mrs. Uno.
Yeah.
You know who I like a lot, actually, and I followed him on Twitch because he was like just streaming like old school wrestling. Is Speedball Mike Bailey? He is awesome, and he just recently got married to Veda Scott.
Oh, they were. That's right. Their old team name was the Super Smash Brothers.
There we go.
That'll get you, a copyright strike.
Yeah, I'm surprised that
Player Uno and Player Dos
tried that.
Who was Player Dos? That was Stu Grayson.
Stu Grayson.
I got a feeling that once Kyle O'Reilly is off the injured list, then we'll probably get Bobby Fish back to AEW. Just because, he hasn't been doing much. He went to Impact for a little bit, and I guess he wanted to try to go to WWE, and I guess WWE didn't want him. Or so I hear. But yeah, and then Kyle O'Reilly is just injured, so I imagine. Oh, bye, Joey. I wish Adam Cole would be off the injured list soon too. Welcome back.
So I was looking at the bottom for trying to read the chat, and then I hit the backspace button, so it kicked me out of the stream.
It's all good. It happens to the best of us. So, Brick Bunnies is going to do a bare minimum, a Maniac for Joey short.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. Oh my gosh, there's so many stickers.
So many stickers.
I will say though, I think this is the first time where I've had the first step of the instructions be a sticker, because you build Michael Scott and you have to put the check on a tile. And I was like, wow, starting off early. There's like 50 of these stickers in the set.
WWE's experienced the same problem AEW is having. There's too many entertainment signings, so some talent doesn't get featured. And honestly, I think WWE is signing some people just so they aren't going to be in AEW. And honestly, AEW might be doing the same. I don't know. All I know is when I hear somebody signed for WWE, I'm like, well, I guess they're dead to me until they leave the company. Because I cannot, I've tried, I cannot bring myself to watch it. Like, I might go see it live if they're in, whenever they're in town or whatever. That's a different story, but I'm not going to follow along weekly. I follow along on my weekly wrestling app, and if there's something interesting I need to watch, then I just watch that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I put another link in the private chat for you, Jay.
Oh, looks like
That's got that That whole segment is great.
Nice. Oh, well, yeah. Delirious and Uno has got to be fantastic.
Oh yeah. And you as a gamer will definitely love that clip.
I'll try to watch that too.
Let's see. Getting close to the end. It's all the greebling parts now.
I'm totally with you on that one, Brick Bunnies. Even my wife was talking to this today about how
yeah, when the tribal clan gets stick to the gold.
She feels like that's getting stale. I don't know. It's making money and it's over right now, so that's why it's still going.
If this gives you okay, so when the Usos come out to the ring, do they still do their little tribal dance thing, or no? Because that was the last time I was watching WWE. Yeah, so that's how long it's been since I've been watching the product, because they were still coming out to that stuff, which was awesome.
Yeah, you haven't 6 years. You haven't watched since basically they came in.
Yeah,
like their first year there.
Well, yeah, and to be honest with you, like when some of the people come in, like Miro, like I was pretty much unfamiliar with his work as Rusev. I've seen a couple of matches, and that was about it. The same thing. Okay, with like Keith Lee, I don't know what he did in WWE. I know what he did in Ring of Honor before going to WWE, but then there's that whole segment of a couple of years where I did
the same thing. He's basically done the same thing. The whole Limitless.
And I was completely unfamiliar with Swerve until, I was like, this guy's awesome.
I like how they kind of compared Keith to like a modern Bam Bam Bigelow, just a big man that can move.
Yeah, because he can move. That's for damn sure. Like, I can't move that fast.
My wife the other night decided we were going to watch just the Rumble part of the Royal Rumble. And it was the year that Strowman, Brock, and Keith Lee were in the ring at the same time.
Oh, God.
I just went, there's a lot of beef in that ring right now.
That's what I was saying a couple weeks ago when it was Wardlow and Samoa Joe and Brian Cage. I was just like, there's a lot of dudes just in those three dudes. Okay. Just praying we don't have to wait until spring to get the titles dropped. I haven't watched a WWE product since they've had the weird ass colored belts, like red for Raw and blue for SmackDown.
They're still there.
Yeah,
they're still doing that.
Yeah, they used to have black belts when I was watching. Like a standard normal belt.
Mm-hmm.
And John Cena's stupid ass spinner belt.
That was kind of cool, though.
Stopped watching WWF, bought WCW. Yeah, that was a sad time because I was a WCW fan. Which it actually worked out great back in those days because what happened, so we had a friend, there's a big group of us, maybe 6 or 7 of us that watched wrestling together. And one of my friends would get the WWF pay-per-views and host them at his house, and I would get the WCW pay-per-views and host at my house. And then it worked out perfect.
Yeah.
As it is now, I will just usually host the AEW pay-per-views here at my home. My friend pays for the pay-per-view. We watch it on TV. My wife supplies the food.
We kind of tape traded, like a guy that I worked with. He would watch Nitro and tape it, and I would watch Raw and tape it. And the next day we worked with each other. We switched tapes.
Plan.
Oh yeah, I got confirmation too. Yeah, Cody confirmed that why he. I think things will get interesting when Cody Rhodes comes back from injury and they finally reveal what they're doing with Bray Wyatt. So, like, the main reason why he left AEW to go back to WWE is because he wants to be champion. And seeing as how he booked himself into that corner where he could not be champion in AEW, he could never reach. So that was like one of the reasons he left. Because he's like, I don't want to go back on my word. I still can't believe he wrestled that match with that ginormous injury, though.
Oh my god! Oh,
Like it was rough looking. I was like, oh god.
I mean, even watching that, you can hear like just the air go out of the building when he took his jacket off. The crowd just went. Oh man!
All I'm saying is it's a good thing that he's rich enough to afford the doctors.
Yeah. No, that's not going to work. It can't be a
That goes on
shift.
backward.
I got to have the top.
That makes sense.
Okay, now we go to hose. Someone did post to TikTok or something earlier a clip that I will remember forever and ever and ever. And it was when Val Venus was like Chief Morley. And he was telling like Kane he had to do something, and Kane's like, "Hello, Morley," and did his old Val Venus gimmick to him.
I thought you were going to say when Sid broke his leg. I will never forget that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that was rough too. Abdullah the Butcher did the same thing in ECW.
I didn't see Abby's, but I saw Sid's. Oh my god.
I will not be going to ABC, unfortunately. I wish I could, but no dice.
What's going on in February?
I don't know.
Is there an event that I don't know?
I don't know. Yeah, the Abdullah Butcher one is on. It's like a hidden thing on one of the ECW DVDs before WWE bought them. ECW put out their own DVDs, and on one of them, there's a hidden thing that you can watch, which is a clip of him pulling the same move that Vicious did. Like he was just up on the rope and he went to jump, but he kind of like fell off, and his leg just snaps out from under him, and like he crumpled. I was like, ugh. This is I have asked for the time off, and the next step after the approval for vacation will be getting plane tickets. Atlanta Brick Con put on by the Atlanta Brick Company.
Oh,
okay. That maybe because I know when they did it the first year, Peach Lug actually reached out to the Tennessee Valley Lug to ask if we wanted to display at that event too. And we were going to. I don't remember why my wife and I didn't go. Now that I think about it. Oh, we were moving.
I won't be there because I'm broke.
We were moving at the time, around that time. So, like, everything was still too packed up. So, even if we went, we couldn't have taken our displays. I think that's what it was.
Yeah, the only place I'll be going is Brick Universe St. Louis.
Yeah.
That's 45-minute drive.
Chattanooga. Yeah. Well, there's Brick Universe Chattanooga, but that's like the weekend we get back from Disney. So there's no way we can do that one. I mean, we could go and be lug support, but we wouldn't be able to like take any of our builds or anything.
We'll save up and come on over to St. Louis. It's what, maybe 4 or 5 hour trip?
When is that one?
I
It's
want
like
to say it's June or July.
okay.
Yeah, because so basically I have to have stuff ready to display for there. Because when I went last year, Grayson's like, "Are you going to display? When are you going to display?" I was like, "Well, I was thinking that maybe next year I might be able to have something together." He's like, "Well, I'll tell you what,
Grayson,
then you're going to have a table here with your name on it. So you're either going to show up with something to display, or there's going to be an empty table that says Brickblaze."
Mhm.
So I was like, "Well, I guess I'll have something to display then."
Grayson split from. Grayson split from Brick Universe, right?
Oh yeah, when did that happen?
Apparently, sometime this past year. The rest of his family is continuing with the Brick Universe show, but Grayson's starting something else. And I don't know if it has a name yet. That's from what I've been told, or from what I can recall. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, either way, I'll have something ready and I'll apply and display. Got a couple of good ideas. I just need to see what parts I need to buy and get everything. Yeah, drama in the Lego universe. Who knew? Who knew? What a shock.
There we go.
Bye, Joey. Oh no, bye, Josh.
Oh,
I thought Joey
I
joined
didn't
that
touch
again.
anything.
Like, wait, it wasn't Joey this time.
Nope. I've been hands off the phone.
I'm not gonna touch it.
Just gonna let it roll.
Exactly. Your device not connected. There we go.
Mm.
Hi, welcome back.
Hello.
My internet provider knows that this area sucks. There's too many different providers, too many different services in this complex, and like all the signals interfere with each other.
Oh.
Shortest.
All right, so I guess the pretzels and the carrot are for the reindeer.
I mean, it could be for Santa. He's got to eat something other than cookies.
No, I thought the pretzel was used as a bow on one of the presents.
No, the pretzel goes in the trunk of the sleigh with the carrot. So maybe the carrot's for the reindeer and the pretzel for Santa.
Yeah, maybe.
There's another set where they use the pretzel as the bow for the present.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah, Google Maps is saying the shortest distance is 7 hours and 17 minutes to St. Louis.
That's not too shabby. We drove like way more than that to get to Atlanta Brick Company.
Yeah, I gotta go. We'll go west to Nashville, then kind of cut up through that little bottom corner of Kentucky, past Bowling Green, and come up
Bowling Green
through Marion to Mount Vernon.
Not Bowling Green, Missouri. Bowling Green, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
course, the easiest way, but it is the longest way, would just be to take 75 straight up to Lexington, then take 64 across. But that's the longest way. That's like 8 hours.
Remember, we stayed on our way back from ABC. We stayed in Kentucky, and like it was a good thing we did because we hit a whole bunch of traffic. There was a massive wreck on the highway in Kentucky that shut everything down there for like pretty much the whole day. So when we typed in the Google when we were leaving Georgia, it was like there's a wreck in Kentucky, and it was like that morning at like 9 a.m. or whatever. We got to Kentucky about 5 p.m., 6 p.m. in that area. The wreck was still there. Like we could watch the traffic outside the hotel room. Luckily, where we got off was like right before where all that shit happened.
Oh boy.
Oh man.
Yeah, and then luckily it was all cleared the next morning when we got up to go home. All right, I'm done. Ho ho ho! Merry Christmas. For me, it says he's got plumbing on the list, so that's good. I'm glad he's. Hopefully, I'll get it a little early. I don't have to wait till Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
This is calling. It's time for us to get caught up on our advent calendar. So you got Lego City, and I got Marvel. Nice. I bought the Marvel one. It's back here. I'm not doing it the daily thing. I'm gonna open the whole thing up and build it all at once. So that is going to be the end of our show tonight. We're going to go ahead and end. I'm going to go get something to eat. I'm a little bit hungry. Thank everybody very much for watching and chatting. Thank you, Joey and Lumberjack, for being here. Appreciate it. And we will be doing it again next Monday. Same bad time, same bad channel. Oh, there's the office.
I just got bag 2 done.
Nice. Have a good night, guys. Bye.